Hello everyone, welcome back to Sujit Analytics. This is a continuation of SQL tutorials for beginners. In the previous videos, I explained DDL, DML, DQL, and DCL. I recommend you to watch the videos and come to this video. I'll provide you the links in the description. Make sure to watch. And coming to today's video, I'm going to explain what is TCL in SQL. The TCL is a transaction control language. The transaction means unit of work. Unit of work or group of transactions that occur together. The transaction is nothing but a unit of work that is executed group of statements together. Let's understand with a real example. Suppose if you take a transaction, if you transfer a money from account A to account B, this is nothing but a transaction because we are sending the amount from account A to account B. From the account A, the money is debited. From the account B, the money will be credited. So this is a transaction. So in terms of database, we have the TCL commands. To manage the uh, transactions, we use these TCL commands. Commands used to manage transactions. There, a transaction is nothing but a unit of work. And in TCL, there are mainly three commands: commit, rollback, and savepoint. These are the three commands in TCL. Let's understand each command. First, commit. The commit is used to commit the changes permanently to the database. Whatever we transaction perform to the database, that operations will be committed permanently. After committing, we cannot roll back. It is used to commit the changes done to the database. Cannot roll back. The rollback means undo. Cannot roll back once committed a transaction. This is commit. Let's understand the syntax of commit. First, we have to begin the transactions. When we are using the TCL commands, we have to begin with the transactions. If we begin the transaction only, we can able to manage the transactions. Further, the syntax would be begin transaction. We can give us a transaction name. Transaction name. Here, the statements and commit. We can give transaction name. This is the syntax for transaction commit statement. We have to begin the transaction, and these are the statements we are performing to the database. And this is a commit. We are committing the changes permanently to the database. Let's understand with the example. Suppose in my let's use practice DB database. This database I have employee table. Employees table I have the employee details, employee name, ID, hire date, and salary. On this table, I want to perform a transaction. For performing a transaction, I have to begin with a begin statement. Begin transaction, and the transaction name is I'm giving T1. And the operation I want to do is insert. Insert into employees. If you don't know about insert statement, I made a separate video for DML commands that I explained about this insert statement. Make sure to watch insert into employees values. I want to add into all the columns. That's why I'm not specifying the column names. Employee ID would be 7. Name is 7. The date will be this one. The salary will be 3,000. This one statement I'm executing. Another one is update statement. Update. I'm updating the John record. Table name would be employee. I'm updating the name column. That's why I have to give set name equal to John do, where name equal to John. Wherever the name is John, I'm updating to John do. This is one statement. And we have to commit this statement. Commit T1. I'm performing a transaction. This transaction, I'm performing insert statement as well as update statement. I'm performing group of statements together. So that's why it is called a transaction. And I'm committing the transaction using the commit statement. Let's execute it. And correct the syntax near T1. You have to give the transaction. Commit transaction name T1. Conversion failed when converting data time value from character string. Hmm. ID, name, set name equal to John Doe, your name equal to John. Get and time value from character string. Your problem with this date. One row affected, one row affected. Means we are performing two statements. That's why two rows affected. Let's see. Okay, John Doe is updated and Jagan is inserted. We are performing two statements, statements in one single transaction, and we are committing using the commit statements. So after committing this transaction, we cannot roll back. That's why that rollback action. Rollback transaction request has no corresponding begin transaction. If we already committed the transaction, we cannot roll back. Commit permanently save the changes to the database. This is about commit statement. Understand what is rollback. A rollback is used to roll back the transactions, like it is undo the changes onto the database and saves the changes done to the database. Suppose we are performing transactions. Sometimes we do any mistakes. In that cases, we can use rollback to undo the changes done to the database. Suppose I'm performing the same operation again. Syntax would be same. So you have to don't should not give commit. So we are beginning a transaction which is T1. We are again insert some other value. So then you can performing two statements in this transaction. Only inserting the king's record and updating the from employee ID whose employee ID equal to 3. So I want to perform these operations. Let's execute it. Perfected. Let's see. King is inserted and to particular setting equal to now. In the transaction once again. Where employee set name equal to now, where employee ID equal to ID. There's no employee ID, that's why it's not updating. Let's give another employee ID. Was affected again. Sorry. King record inserted and the employee ID one is updated to wrong. So we perform other transactions. But I realized that this operation is not correct. So I want to roll back. This first statement is correct, but this statement is not correct. So I want to roll back this transaction. In that cases, I can use rollback statement to roll back the transaction. That transaction keyword. Let's execute it. Command completed successfully. Let's query. Now see, this wrong. This transaction is rolled back. Means whatever changes we done to the database that are rolled back. We cannot. We are not able to see the king's record and the wrong record because we are rolled back the statement. Means it unseen the changes done to the database. This rollback statement. Next command is savepoint. The savepoint is used to roll back a transaction up to a certain point without affecting the entire transactions. Like sometimes we are performing transactions. In the transaction, some statements are correct and some statements are incorrect. But we want to roll back a transaction up to a certain point without affecting the transactions. We should only roll back the transaction which is not correct, but we should not affect the other one. In that cases, we use save points. Save points are used to and saves the commits, changes, way without affecting the whole transaction. These save points are very helpful when we are performing multiple statements, when we want to roll back at a certain point. These save points are very helpful. Let's understand with example to understand better. So further, the syntax will be same. We have to begin the transaction name and we have to perform the statements or transactions statements and we have to save the save points. Save plan T1. This is save point one. This is another statement. Save plan T2 followed by rollback or commit. This is the syntax for using save points. Let's understand with the example. Make it clear. Suppose I'm performing another transaction in this table. Let's begin the transaction. When we are performing a transaction, we should compulsory use begin statement to start a transaction. Transaction P1 and let's perform some operation. Performing insert operation, insert into employee. The value should be 1, 7, 7 is there, 8. Search, search. Right date would be any high date. The salary would be 50,000. This one statement. I'm saying this transaction as save point one. Save transaction. I'm performing another insert statement. This I'm inserting another value 9. Ganesh 06 and 8. Can give any hybrid and salary will be 45,000. It's one save point. This is transaction T1. I'm performing two statements with the save point 1, S1 and S2. Let's execute it. Who was affected? Yes, Parivan's from employee. Ganesh and Suraj voice inserted. Now I realized that this Ganesh record is incorrect, but this Suraj record is correct. But I want to only unsave the Ganesh record, but not Suraj record. But both are committed. I don't want to make any changes to this Suraj record because Suraj record is correct. But this Ganesh is incorrect. So I want to roll back only Ganesh record. I, I should not make any changes to the Suraj record. So Ganesh should be rolled back. For that, instead of rollbacking the transaction T1, we use save points to roll back the transaction. Rollback. For the save point name of Ganesh is S1. So from this point, we are rollbacking. Ganesh is saved after transaction S1. So I'm using rollback transaction S1. Command completed successfully. Let's query that. Select star from employee. No, see, Ganesh record is not there. Only Suraj record is there. Because we are only rolled back the Ganesh record, not the entire transaction. In the previous series, we rolled back or commit all the transactions, but we didn't commit the entire transactions. So in this case, these save points are used to commit or roll back a transaction up to a certain point. So this is about save points. And that's all. Hope you understand. If you believe you learned something today, don't forget to give a like and share it with your friends who are learning SQL. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Sujit Analytics, and comment your thoughts if you have any doubts. I will make sure to read that. And that's all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.